opportunity to come here, guys. I think it's important that you realise that all kids that go on and play cricket professionally, and they all start at something like this. I mean, I went to tons of these types of things where you come to clinics and you have lots of people to learn from, and it's more important also that you end up enjoying your cricket and you take something away from it. You guys have come from a long way. You've obviously sacrificed a lot to come to this week, so 4 weeks. So it's important that you enjoy it as well. You learn something from the game and you enjoy England as well. New opportunity. I'm not sure if many of you have been here before, but I remember my first time to England and I certainly enjoyed that. We're here for a under 15 World Cup. And so enjoy the challenge of coming in. Also, you can see that these pitches are so much different to the ones you'll normally play on, from where you guys have been brought up, and you'll learn from that. You'll take it back to Dubai or India, from wherever you guys are from, and you have new experiences here in England. It's obviously not as hot as it is in Dubai at the minute, or India, or the subcontinent, but this is what it's like to play cricket in England. Play with different kind of balls, different bats, different pitches, so it's always nice to have the experience that one day when you come back and you want to be a professional cricketer, you've been all around the world and you know the conditions. Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity to come from here. I obviously grew up in Cape Town, South Africa, and to come here, you know, it's a dream to come true, to go to Lords or come to England and play the home of cricket, the country that was sort of invented. It's always nice. But it's a lovely opportunity to come into a great school like this, Epsom. You can see all the history and tradition here. And that's what this game's about. So you've got to look after. It's up to you guys as youngsters to look after the game as well. Because guys like me end up not playing in a couple of years' time, and I'm sort of finishing. It's over to you guys to look after it. All right. But yeah, thanks for the opportunity to come here and perhaps take a few questions or anything you guys want to ask me or want to know, or feel free.
Just cricketing questions, John?
Anything, just anything. Don't ask me where the best place in London to go is, but anything. Don't be shy.
Okay, who
Can you
wants
sit
to ask?
down then? Sit down then. Sit down.
You type. Umpire, sit down.
No
What you
questions.
gonna ask?
I can go there. Come on, buddy. What's
What's
that?
been your most memorable innings?
Most memorable innings. I'm lucky to say there's been quite a few. Debut innings is pretty good. The Oval with an MCG in front of 90,000 screaming Australians is pretty good as well. To retain the Ashes there. Each one that I've done nicely in is there's different sort of characteristics that make it special. It's quite difficult to say one inning.
Can I go ask you about the one in India when you batted?
One in India, yeah, the Nagpur. That was to sort of save a test match and win our first series in India in 20 odd years for the England side. So I was very memorable in that. Like that one, the special thing about that is I got to bat with my teammate from Warwickshire, Ian Bell, for a long time, and he also got 100 and played a test for England and win the series is something that's very special. So that's what I'll take from that inning. It's not really more of a personal one, but it's more of a team effort really. So that's a nice one. India. So I've actually always enjoyed going to India. We had a World Cup there. We've played test matches, one-day series. Never won a one-day series, but thrashed in India. But they're very, very good in India. But I've always enjoyed India and travelling around the subcontinent. So I've always enjoyed batting there. Anyone else?
Come on, guys. Don't be shy, guys. Seriously.
Hardest bowler.
Pardon?
Hardest bowler to bat against. Hardest bowler to bat against.
I was fortunate that I'd played with Graham Swan. I find him in the nets extremely hard to play. I don't know, just something about the way. So I was very fortunate that I could stand and slip when he bowled and not have to face him. Hardest bowler, I'd probably say Ryan Harris from Australia, or Dale Steyn. Very, very good bowlers. I mean, their records speak for themselves. And I played with Dale at Warwickshire, and Ryan Harris obviously only played a sort of percentage of the test that he could have potentially played for his skill. But he was very, very good. Anybody else?
Come on, guys.
Come on, bud.
How did you manage to play in harsh conditions?
Harsh,
Harsh conditions.
as in
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka or India when the fans are throwing rocks at you. That's the beauty about cricket and internationally. I remember going to Sri Lanka and it was 40 degrees with 95% humidity and very, very hot. I mean, coming from England, luckily I grew up in South Africa, so I know what heat is, but the humidity is so different. So you having to change your gloves all the time, and your pads are wet, and your tops are sweaty and sticking to you, and it's just different. But fortunately enough, I've been to some hot places in the subcontinent with the England sort of reserves, the B side before, sort of practicing. So yeah, so I was prepared and ready for it. But Sri Lanka is definitely hard to play in, and India, I reckon, in summer would be hard as well.
What's your favourite batting partner?
I'll probably say Alistair Cook or Ian Bell. I think we've obviously spent a lot of time playing together. But it's always nice to stand at the non-strikers end and watch KP bat, because everyone, the pressure was off the field, smash the ball everywhere, and I could just, watch. But yeah, Alistair Cook and Ian Bell, I think we get on really well, and it's important when you're batting with your partner, like you're learning games like this, that you keep each other going and you help each other. It's important to help each other when you're in the middle talking about what bowlers you're doing, or field placing, or if you could hit the ball there, especially in T20 cricket, trying to rotate the strike. So yeah, I enjoy batting with those guys. Funniest thing, been a few. It's not, you don't see funny things. Normally it's what's been said and sort of things people say to you, or so you say back to people. That's normally the funniest thing. So, with an international cricket, you tend not to make a fool of yourself. It's more, the opposition and having to go again. But the funniest thing, I can't remember that. There's so many things. Anybody who drops a simple catch is quite funny.
What about the catch you took in your pocket?
Yeah, I took one in my pocket. Short leg. Yeah. That wasn't funny. Any other questions? Favorite pitch? I'd probably say been a few. India's very good. You get good pitches in India to bat on. I'd probably say Adelaide. Adelaide's a good cricket wicket. There's a bit of spin as well, and there's a bit of pace early on. It's good to bat on that for the first sort of days 2, 3 and 4, and then it spins on day 5. So I think it's a good cricket wicket, Adelaide.
What's the best advice coaches can give you?
Good question.
I've had so much. Right, there's so much. I generally, whenever I'm as a batsman, and whenever you sort of not thinking about the game, I always try and think as play as straight as I can, all the time. Try and use the face of the bat. And then everything will go from there. I think that's the main basics. That's the most basic thing to remember, I think, about batting, is try and play everything as straight as you can. Obviously, if it's wide, then you hit it wide. Try and play everything, the basics of the game, really straight. That's the most important thing for me.
As a batsman, how would you set your mind before going in for an innings?
It varies. A lot of guys like to watch every ball and realise what's going on. I think sometimes you can watch too much and get involved a little bit and live it a bit too much before you actually get out there. So number 3, generally you're watching your bowler and swinging, seeming the most is probably going to do for a while. So it's important not to try and live every ball and perhaps try and preempt things that are going on and perhaps see things that actually aren't there, and just rather wait till you get out there yourself and realise and sort of play for yourself. So I try and keep an eye on who's bowling and what's sort of happening with swinging or seaming or whatever, but not try and live every ball, because once you get there you think it's going to be really, really difficult, and sometimes it could be just the batsman before you making it look a bit tough than it really is. So I think that's important to sort of, but also I sometimes like to sit away from my teammates a little bit on my own and just be nice and quiet and get my own thoughts. Otherwise sometimes, with all your teammates, especially the bowlers, it's all absolute rubbish when the batsmen are batting, so sometimes you can get involved in that and not really be focused when you get out there. So it's important to perhaps just take a couple of minutes and sit on the side and get your mind ready for when you want to go out there and get ready.
How do you manage to keep your calm in front of 90,000 people?
I think it's a team effort. I think you got to realise that if you're out there batting or if you're fielding or whatever, if you've got the ball in your hand, that you you've got the backing of your teammates, and I think all 11 of you taking them on, that sort of feeling. You don't want to feel isolated out there on your own. And I think when we played in Melbourne and won there, I think we were, as a side, we were very, very good. I think that gives you a lot of confidence. So whenever you go out there batting, you're batting for your side, or whenever you're bowling, you know you're out there as a team. Because I think taking on 90,000 on your own is a little bit different to as a whole team. But you need a bit of luck to go your way, and things went our way. And playing at Bangalore as well, you know, very hostile there when we played India in the World Cup. You literally couldn't hear, if you're standing a bit off, you couldn't speak to the bowler, it was that noisy, because you had to come really close and actually talking to his ear, because it gets so noisy. There have been some great atmospheres, not just the 90,000, but also it's quite hostile at Bangalore, but it's always quite good fun. Anything else, lads? Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
Lunchtime? Good stuff.
Last question, anyone?
Last one. One more.
What is your highest score in a test match?
I think it was 220 odd. I don't know. And Lords, Bangladesh. It was 2010. That's good. Well, thanks for the opportunity to come and speak to you guys, lads. I can let you guys go get your lunch. I can see you're pretty hungry. And have you guys got more games?
Yeah, we got two more.
Okay, well, good luck.
About 8 o'clock.
Good to see you guys playing. Enjoy the experience here in England.
Well, I don't think